what's going on? What's going on, my people? I'm way the hell out here waiting. The Burbs just dropped a little delivery off, and I was thinking of some things, you know. Got like a 30-minute ride back to Hartford, so I figured I just ran a little bit to keep adding content to my YouTube page, YouTube channel rather. Subscribe to it, by the way. It's Mo Green. My YouTube channel is called Comedian Mo Green. I have gaming and rants and funny clips. You know, I got all kinds of stuff there. I just have to finish organizing on my playlist or whatever. But the title of this video is Fellow Comedians. And when I say comedians, I mean cast that's actually grinding out there, hitting stages and trying to do their thing. You know, or just funny people in general. You know what I mean? You get booked, whether you're an internet cat or whether you're a stage cat or whatever. People book all types of people. So, but don't be discouraged or take it personal if they, quote unquote, they don't book you. You know, when you start to get a little bit of traction, when you've been doing this a couple of years, you know, and you see various bookers that always book the same people and they always seem to look over you, no matter how better that you're getting, no matter how much recognition you get from other individuals and other people, you know. Sometimes, you know, and this has even happened with me, it'll bother you like, damn, you know, why isn't this person booking me? Why isn't this person like feeling me or what have you, or giving me a shot? And honestly, to be perfectly honest with you, it's a waste of time to think about that shit. You know, the time and the energy and the worry that you put into wondering why somebody doesn't book you is the time and energy that you could be putting into your act. See, the key is to hit as many stages as possible. That's the key. Hitting as many stages as possible serves multiple purposes. For one, you know, it helps you develop your act in front of various audiences. I really was driving behind somebody driving in a scooter doing 20 miles per hour. Are you kidding me, man? But anyway, yeah, for one, it helps you develop your act. All right. For two, it gets your face seen in different demographics, and you start to figure out your audience. You don't, in comedy, one thing I'm learning is that you don't really choose your audience. Your audience chooses you. The constant in everything is you pretty much are who you are. You bounce around with different audiences until, you know, you find like, damn, I really do good in this town, or I do good in this area, or I do good within this demographic. Now, if you always bombing in a certain type of room, like if you're always bombing in an urban room, or you're always bombing in a suburban room, or what have you, or conservative or whatever, but those are the only rooms that you only do and you continually bomb, it's like you might not even know that this group over here might see your act as being gold, but you never gave yourself a chance because you kept yourself limited inside that box, thinking that it was going to change. You know, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over the same way, except expecting different results. So sometimes you have to expand yourself, right? So you could be going to that same type of room all the time and not get no recognition. It just doesn't fit with your material. You know, you understand? And the people that book out of that room, they just see you and they see you constantly bomb in that situation. So it's like, why are they going to take a risk on you when you never do good? You never have a good showing. That's nothing personal. That's just business, you know. Now, if you went to these different rooms and you performed in different places, your shit might not be hot on the east side of town, but it's dope on the north side of town. You know what I mean? But you have to go to that proverbial north side of town, so to speak, in order for that to be seen. And then all of a sudden, you might be getting booked like crazy. But you had to take the effort and you had to put yourself in a different place to be recognized somewhere else. You can't take that personally. All you can do is work on your act, invest in yourself, and travel to as many places that you possibly can, man. Ever since I've been not pretty much, ever since I've been working for myself, because I don't have a normal job anymore. I work for myself. Ever since I've been working for myself full time, it has afforded me the freedom to travel a lot more. I don't really make, I make about the same money, but I make it pretty much on my terms. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not somebody with a freaking gun to my head like, yo, if you don't do this, you're gonna get fired. And I know if I don't work, I'm not going to eat, but I'm not gonna get fired if I don't feel like going in today. You know, I hop on the app and say I don't want to work, and I just don't work. I don't work. It's that simple. You know what I mean? If I'm coming back from New York late night and I was scheduled for 9, I switch my schedule to like noon. You know what I mean? I could do that at will. So that's a really good advantage I have right now with as far as how I'm working. You know, but you got to travel. You have to travel. You have to hit different places, because traveling and having your face being seen in different places, a lot of opportunities come just from being in the right place at the right time. You know what I mean? Like when a couple of weeks ago, I went to Mocha Lounge in Harlem, New York, hosted by Suarez. Last time I was there, I bombed bad. You know what I'm saying? 2 years later, I came up there, and when I went in, a couple good things happened. For one, Donald Rollins just popped in and did a 15-minute set. That was awesome. For two, Ray DeJean, who is the owner of the Laughaholics Comedy Club in Brooklyn, New York, at the Lindenwood Diner, he happened to be doing auditions for Brick TV, Laughaholics Brick TV, or whatever, and that's a television credit. So he was picking out fresh talent for his latest episode. So here I am, just thinking I'm going to try to get revenge on Mochas and redeem myself. Ray DeJean is shooting some shit, and right before I feel like, you know, earlier in the show, Donald Rollins just went and killed it. So it was just a dope ass vibe. And I wound up getting picked. It was like, I think it was over 20 comedians, and only 6 comics got picked. It was 2 shows last week or the week before. No, last week. One show was shot Wednesday and one show was shot Thursday. He picked 3 comics for Wednesday, and he picked 3 comics for Thursday, and I was one of the 6 that he picked. But the thing is, if I never traveled and I never went into that situation, Ray would have never saw me. You understand what I'm saying? He would have never saw me. I would have never got picked. I wouldn't have my second TV credit. I got two TV credits right now. It might not seem like much, but I got 2. Some people don't got none. They don't know how to get it. And the thing is, if I would have never traveled, if I'd have been like, yo, people ain't feeling me, nobody want to book me, boo-hoo, woe is me, I would have never been in that situation to get that second TV credit. And I did a good job. Wait till y'all see the video when it drops out on Brick TV and on YouTube. Once it comes out, you're gonna see. I did 8 minutes. I think I did 8 minutes, but I had a good time, though. But I would have never got that opportunity if I was just being depressed, thinking that nobody's booking me, just because I might not get booked as the next person in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I gotta go somewhere else where they're gonna love me and rock with me. And this is advice to any comic that's doing anything, man. You know, if you feel like you're not, if you feel like people overlooking you and not paying attention to you, one, it could just be that your act isn't ready. That's one reason. 2, it could be that your act isn't suitable for the room. Now 3, it could be they just not fucking with you like that. They're not feeling you. You can't control people not liking you. If people don't like you, whatever. You know what I mean? Just stay away from them. You know, do your thing. Go somewhere else. Like we live in a free world. Like nobody has to be forced to like somebody else. I feel like I conduct myself as a professional with people. Yeah, I mean, I don't drink anymore, so I feel like I'm a lot more controlled as far as the things that I say, but I still have a limited filter. I'm gonna call stuff out as it is and call people out on bullshit or whatever, but I'm a lot more controlled. I'm a lot more controlled when it comes to that. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, no problem, Jay, man, brother Jay. I'm a lot more controlled when it comes to that. But yeah, I'm a lot more controlled when it comes to my filter and everything. But if they ain't booking you, feel like they overlooking you, and they're not booking you because they don't like you, there's really nothing you can do about that. You know, there's certain places and certain clubs that I would like to perform, but for whatever reason, you know, the opportunities haven't come to me yet. But I'm still getting opportunities. There are still opportunities to be had nonetheless. This person might not. It's like, okay, I might not get in certain clubs, But look, I got booked in Oakland, California. You know what I'm saying? I might not get booked in certain clubs, but I just got accepted to another comedy festival. So it's different ways to get into the game. I'll give you a prime example, like Gary Owen. Well, when I'm a big fan of Gary Owen. I always watch his story or whatever. When he was coming up, he moved to LA for whatever reason. He never got passed by the Comedy Store. Never, for whatever reason, Missy Shore wasn't fucking with him, and he never got into the Comedy Store. You know what I'm saying? But he's still one of the biggest underground comics in the world. Why? Because he just found his own lane. He found his own group, his own network of people, Will Packard, and like, you know, people that produce Think Like a Man and stuff like that. And he just found his own lane. You know what I'm saying? There's not one specific way into this game. Like if certain groups or individuals, they not book you just because they don't like you, or you think they don't like you. You know, sometimes it's just perception too. Sometimes it's just a matter of just being seen. You know, like I produce shows, a little something. I don't really consider myself a booker. I mainly just produce shows just to keep good relationships with comedians in the comedy game in general. And even then, it still fucks relationships because some cops are like, well, you ain't never booked me before. A lot of times, if I don't book people, it's because either A, I think you're too expensive, or B, the time you put in from a monetary value, I think for the time that you put in as a comic, you're worth this amount of money, but I probably don't think your act is worth that money. So I'm not going to disrespect you and be like, yo, do my show for $25. When I think from a monetary standpoint, that's what you're worth. But I'm not going to disrespect you like that because I know you put the time in. I just, you know, hey, there's other people that'll book you. You just don't fit. You just don't fit in with what it is that I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But you can't, like, worrying about people not booking you. That's a stupid thing to worry about, man. Worry about your act. That's what you got to worry about, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that has to be worried about. Worry about your act. Focus your energy on your act. Hit the stages. I watch a lot of Joey Diaz. That's the Uncle Joey right there. And I think I'm gonna work with him too. I got a vibe. I'm gonna work with Joey. Somehow I'm gonna come across him. I'm gonna work with him in the future. But he said, regardless of the politics of comedy and all the things that are going on with it, the one consistent thing is it's constantly hitting the stages. Constantly hitting the stages. There's some stages that I gotta hit, like in Worcester, Mass. For some reason, I just haven't gone out there yet. But I know for a fact once I go out there and a couple of cats see me, I'm going to start getting opportunities like, thrown that way. You know, I've been going to New York more often. Like last week after I shot for Brick TV, we went to the Grizzly Pear, and then I saw my homie that runs the 5 spot, and he not booked me, but I hopped on. I got a guest spot a few years ago or whatever, and I was okay. I was 2.5 years in. Now I'm 5.5 years in. That's almost 3 years after the fact. You dig what I'm saying? I'm a hell of a lot better than I am now. First thing he did, yeah, what you doing September 6th, man? Come through. I got a spot for you at the 5 spot. I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. But this is the thing. If I was never at the Grizzly Pear, if I was never in there, he would have never, and I didn't ask for. I'm just chilling on my way to the bathroom. He just hit me on the shoulder like, yo, you feel like doing a spot out here? I got you. Bam. But you gotta put yourself in those atmospheres and environments. You can't just keep worrying about people that ain't giving you a chance. You know what I'm saying? You can't worry about that. Even though, you know, as it's human nature to worry, to concern yourself with the opportunities that you're getting and the opportunities that you're not getting. That's human nature. You know what I mean? But you still got to keep hitting the stage. You can't be depressed and talking shit and worrying about the opportunities and what the next person is getting. Oh, this person getting, I'm better than this person. That person's getting these opportunities. I'm better than that person. Like just complaining about or lamenting over what you think you should be getting. It's not gonna get you gigs. You know, so people have done it, but you're not gonna get nowhere in the game trying to get sympathy out of getting gigs, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get in the game just by trying to get sympathy out of people. I've been getting a lot more traction lately because I just travel more. I travel a lot more, and this is another thing too. I'm gonna tell you some of y'all cats. Speaking of 5-year cats, man. When you go to do comedy, right? Open mics. Yes, open mic is about practicing and trying out new ideas. But the people that get the gigs the most, as far as what has worked with me, one of the reasons why I've probably been getting booked a little bit more than people that have been doing it the same amount of time, that go to the hole in the wall open mics like myself, is because I treat open mics like I'm at an actual show. You know, I'm not just bullshitting, stuttering, and fumbling and all that. Yeah, I might try new ideas. I might try a new joke or two, but I'm still going to bring some solid shit along with that, because you never know who's in the audience watching. And how you do in practice translates to how you do in reality. You dig what I'm saying? So you gotta take that practice aspect serious if you want people to take you serious. You know, when everybody was every week doing different jokes, every single week doing different jokes and trying to come up with new shit all the fucking time or whatever, and they got 1,000 jokes that they're not good at. Me, I was doing the same 5 minutes, 5-6 months, the same 5 to 10 minutes, 5 to 6 months. But then I'm the one that started getting the calls. I'm the one that people started paying. So I'm the one that people started calling. I'm the one that started that people started paying more often. Why? Because they saw a tight act. When people hire you to do comedy, man, obviously they want you to make people laugh, but they want you to be professional. They want your act to be tight. They don't want you to be stumbling, fumbling, and stuttering, and not looking confident. You know what I mean? And confidence is something I always brought. So that's something that I got. But even yet and still, there's still situations that I haven't gotten booked in yet. But it's fine. Yes, I would like to be booked more. I would like to be passed by every comedy club in Connecticut. I would like to be getting weekend work at least one of those places every fucking weekend, full-time comic, to the point where I don't have to travel as much as I do. But it's not happening like that, so I have to expand. I gotta travel. It just, dude, it is what it is, man. It ain't. There's no way around that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really harp on that shit, and you shouldn't either, comic. You shouldn't worry about people that's not booking you. Worry about your act. Worry about being on stage as much as you possibly can. Worry about hitting as many different mics as you can. I'm not going to tell you how to write your jokes. I'm not going to tell you how to be funny. I can't teach nobody that, you know. But I can improve your chances of getting recognized and getting booked. And then sign up for these festivals, man. Sign up for these festivals. Me, when I went to the Oak City Comedy Festival, I met a few cats in New York, and I got booked by multiple people from New York because of the Oak City Comedy Festival. You understand what I'm saying? It just expands you into recognizing and knowing different people. I got added to different like comedy groups, and I met even more people. That's how I came across Jerry Law, and that's why I'm going to Oakland. But that Oakland, California. But that all started with the Oak City Comedy Festival, with me and some New York cats getting connected to the black comedy groups, even though they booted me out for trolling. But I connected with that. You know what I'm saying? And that situation got me on the radar with cats that's in Oakland, and they like my antics, you know what I'm saying, my act or whatever, and now I'm getting an opportunity out there. You know? But it's about exposure. You have to expose yourself, and you gotta hit up as many different places as you possibly can. And don't worry about who don't like you, man. Like that whole liking shit, especially if you're like over a certain age, man, like, dude, that shit is corny, man. If you conduct yourself as a decent human being and treat people with respect, and people still got a problem with you, then that's pretty much an issue that they have with themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not out here to try to psychoanalyze and try to figure out why somebody don't like you. You need to figure out why people aren't laughing. That's what you need to figure out. That's the thing to worry about, that you have to concern yourself with. I don't have to be best friends to book somebody. If I know that person brings it to the stage real strong, is real professional, makes people laugh, and I got, you know, my production company, if I want to call it that, it's the Mo Green movement. So if he makes the Mo Green movement look good, like, damn, every time Mo Green movement produces a show, these shits is banging. They got some bangers on it. You know what I'm saying? He makes my brand look good. I don't care if I'm not best friends with that person. That's minor. That's minor. That's minuscule. You know, it's business before anything. And if an individual can't see business before they see friendship, like, I mean, you definitely want to be cordial with people. You don't want to just, you know, just deal with like condescending assholes. You don't want to deal with nothing like that. But at the same time, You don't got to be best friends with somebody in order to get work, you know. And if they're so emotionally fragile or bothered with giving you a shot or an opportunity, then hey, man, I tell people, man, there's over 300 million people in America. That's probably more than that right now. There's over 300 million people. There ain't that many people trying to do comedy. Yeah, you know, there's probably a few thousand in America. And out of those few thousand, not that many people is really getting like the millions and all that. I think there's a lot of people that's making a living. I gotta get gas too. I think there's a lot of people that are making a living or whatever. But you just have to hit enough different places. You're gonna find your niche. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find your market. Let me get some gas. Hold up. You know what? I see that. Yeah, okay. Yep, I see that. Yep, I just noticed that. Hey, gas station out of power. Hey. But yeah, like I was saying, man, you don't gotta worry about that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about who's not worried about you. Worry about what you can do on stage. Worry about what you doing. You know what I mean? Oh, you know, I don't know why he don't ever book me. You know why he don't ever book you, or she don't ever book you? Cause you sound like a pussy saying that shit. I don't know why he don't ever give me a chance. And I used to say that. I'm talking to myself. Don't worry about that shit. People gonna fuck with you, man. And if your act is undeniably tight, yeah, you always gonna have haters that don't rock with you or they don't like you for whatever reason. You know what I mean? But ultimately, man, if your act is tight, you'll be fine, man. I really got to get some gas though. This is crazy. I really gotta get some fuel. Oh shit. But yeah. Like I was saying, man, you ain't got to worry about that shit, man. It's irrelevant. You know what? Okay, I'm at big Y, but I want to try to go to a gas station first before I do this delivery. I got one more delivery I got to do. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about that shit, man. Is he gonna book me? I don't know. Like, come on, man. Really, man. Somebody's undeniable, like my homeboy, like I just booked my boy DeMarco. DeMarco been doing this. If anybody knows DeMarco Palmer, man, this cat been doing it not even a year, but he just got a grasp and understanding for just the funny. The shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Home just got so busy. He been getting so busy the last couple of weeks, man. He's gonna be hosting, hired in the host for September 27th for Cool Herm. And I know he's gonna do a good ass job. Like, I trust him. And the crazy thing is, like, I booked him or whatever. Cause I booked him before, but the show got canceled. So it's a makeup booking, but you know, I had to get him again. But the crazy thing is, it was this past Monday. I booked him or whatever. He killed it at the Elbow Room. I booked him. And then later he went to Tavola, and my little brother, Gerard Scott, he's a booker as well. And he's Karaoke Kendrick. DeMarco killed it at Tavola, and then my brother just hopped up and booked him too. He got booked twice in one night just for being on stage and just being undeniable. That's it. It's really that simple. That's how it happens. You get busy. Now, if he would have been on some bullshit, just not taking the open mic serious and just being on some goofy ass shit and just bombing, he wouldn't have got booked. It's that simple. You got to show and prove, man, and travel to different places. If he would have been on some, oh, you know what, I'm only going to do the Elbow Room, I'm not going to Tavola, he wouldn't have got booked because my brother would have never saw him. We try to get gas. Hopefully the power's working at this gas station. Yeah, but don't, like I said, don't concern yourself with that. Don't concern yourself. Just, like I said, keep hitting the mics. Keep working your craft. If you're not inspired to write something new, you can always edit and perfect something that's old. You can always work on different techniques on stage, how to hold the mic, your timing, how fast you're talking, engaging the audience, looking at people, looking in people's eyes, like making direct connections. I got this one technique where I do, it's called, what I call it, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So whenever I'm in a room, just so like the room doesn't, no sides of the room feel neglected, I'm always looking here, I'm looking here, and I'm looking here. And I'll pick a person in each of those points. Just by doing that, I cover the entire room. I keep going back to those 3 points. And then even sometimes I might give a person at each of those points like a nickname. That's just one of my little tricks or whatever. But like I was saying, and like another thing, man, like comedians, like we rib each other, we Jones each other, we josh each other, or what have you. But keep positive people around you, though. Keep positive people around you. And I don't mean like yes men. Keep positive people around you. And I don't mean like yes men that's going to agree with that are going to agree with like every little thing that you say. No, just positive people. Like, it's one thing to joke and rib and josh and play around, but there's some people that are always negative, man. There's some people that always got something negative to say about, regardless of what it is that you try to do, or if you try to voice your opinion because they've been doing it longer than you, or they bigger than you physically, or they look different, you know, and they try to sun you and shit like that. You know, be mindful of that energy and those types of people that you're around. Yeah, you want to be around your friends that you can joke around with and you can make fun and things of that nature. But ultimately, you know what I'm saying, there's a difference between you and your friends just having some light ribbing or whatever, or somebody that's just always negative, yo. Somebody that's always a hater. Like somebody that always got something negative to say when you trying to do something positive, or you voice your opinion, or you say something. You know what I mean? You gotta like just watch those types of people, man. Those are some dark-hearted, evil motherfuckers. Like, comedy, it definitely comes from a dark place, but I feel like the masters of comedy, you know, they know how to harness that, and it doesn't destroy them from the inside out. Some of these people can't control that shit, man. And the evil and the negativity, it just oozes and it seeps out of them because that it fucking governs their being. It's just always fucking negative, like all the time. You want to steer clear of motherfuckers like that, or just be extra guarded when you're around those types of people. You know what I'm saying? Because even them type of people, they'll hype you up like, yeah, this nigga don't ever book you. He ain't fucking with you, blah, blah, blah. Like, they hold negative and they bad, sour energy. They want to try to spread that shit on you and have you depressed and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, we're in the entertainment business as comics, man. And we're trying to have fun. Even though we come from a dark place and there's a lot of darkness inside of it, so we're trying to convert the dark into light, to make light of the things that we're going through and things that people go through. A lot of people can't handle that shit. And that shit just permeates and it resonates in who they are. You gotta, I don't got time to be around no pessimistic, negative, you know what I'm saying, condescending motherfuckers, man. I'm straight, because I'm not like that with the comics that come under me. I'm not like that. And I'll never be that way. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at that shit, well, this is going off on a tangent, but I feel like if you conduct yourself a certain way and you have a certain energy, I feel like that's gonna limit your progress in the game. Seen that shit constantly, time and time again, man. You don't gotta be a yes man, you don't gotta be an ass kisser or nothing like that. But you gotta remember, like, we in this game just to have fun and to make people happy. Now, how are you truly having fun and making people happy if you're just a negative, cynical, dark, depressed motherfucker, yo? You know what I mean? But that's all I pretty much had to say. Don't worry about people booking you. Hit more stages. Focus on your act. Don't worry about people that don't like you. Them not liking you is none of your business, as Oprah would say. And just keep hitting them stages. If you're undeniable, if you get tight, yo, people gonna recognize that. You know how people said I'm trash, I'm whack, I'm always bombing, blah blah blah. but I always get booked. The proof is in the pudding. Regardless of the opinions of a couple of hating ass comics or hating ass motherfuckers, people, the phone keep ringing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing. The inbox keep popping. That's the only thing that fucking matters, man. And that happens when you take what you do serious. This ain't no damn hobby. It's something that you're trying to do to change your life and to help others in your life. You know what I'm saying? When you show that passion, you know, and you show that fever for whatever it is that you're trying to do, yeah, you're gonna have haters. But even after a while, the haters gonna be like, yo, I don't like that motherfucker. Well, he not that funny, but yo, that motherfucker be grinding. I gotta give it to him, man. He always, yo, we try to humiliate him, hate on him, you know what I'm saying, prevent him from getting gigs, all kind of bullshit. And he still keep doing this shit. You gotta become undeniable. Ultimately, that's the key to it all. You gotta be undeniable on that stage. You gotta show the effort. You gotta be undeniable. People gonna rock with you. People gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? I always say hashtag. I don't ask for gigs. Once in a while, I ask to get on somebody's stage, but I don't go out of my way to ask people to pay me to do comedy. People hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Because they see what I do and they respect what I do. You know what I mean? So when you really trying to push it and you serious about it, people gonna recognize your hustle and your game, and they're gonna want to pay you without you even having to ask them. But I do need to ask more to increase that if this is what I want to do full time. And in a way, I got my gig masters and I see the leads, and I do ask for gigs via gig masters. But I mean, like in the world though, I just be chilling, minding my business. I just hit the stages, hit the mics, and the phone ring, man. That's it. Don't worry about the next man's success. Don't worry about a person not like you or not booking you. Fuck all the motherfuckers, man. Worry about your act. Worry about the stage, and just worry about traveling and investing in yourself. And you're gonna be fine, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be 6 years in the game. My phone ringing all the time. Even though it might not be local, my phone always ringing. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that matters, man. Hashtag everybody Mo Green. Peace.